Okay, like I stated, to me, everything that she's about to say is very relatable, and I'm sure people married and unmarried can 100% relate. At first, I was going to allow the entire video to play through and just let y'all view it, but I am going to go ahead and in between do a breakdown, only because, like she just said, a lot of stuff that I feel like both sides of the spectrum can relate to.
But
Here we go.
saying that she's confused about why the wives are not putting out all the time, basically. So this is from my experience only. My marriage, that's it. That's all. I'm not talking about nobody else. This is what I've been through in my opinion. Now, everything you stated, as far as communicating, as far as doing whatever it is I'm supposed to do as a wife, I did all that. Mind you, I was the main breadwinner. I worked. I made the money. I came home, took care of the kids. I took care of the house. I even took care of him. While all the while, I put myself on the back burner.
Okay, so as a woman, I have been in a relationship, quite a few relationships actually, where I too was like she said, I was the main breadwinner. I took care of my children. If they had a child, a lot of times the mom is usually active. It's not too many scenarios where moms aren't usually active. So they would get that little bit of assistance. But mind you, I'm a mom. So with that being stated, the reason why I want to make sure that we're equalizing the conversation is, as a man as well, if you're the main breadwinner and you're doing it all like that, that is draining, like she said. Now, as a female, mind you, we are set up to eventually want to be catered to, taken care of, or at least met halfway. So her frustration, mind you, she's in the marriage, and I'm speaking from the outside of the marriage. It was frustrating for me, not married. So for her to be in the marriage doing it, and then when men do it, that's draining for anyone, because marriages, relationships, anything where it's two, it needs to be both of them. If not, you literally become a dependent. So if, like, I as your wife can't claim you on my taxes, or my husband can't claim me on my taxes, then you need to be doing an equal amount of things within this home so we can all feel comfortable. That's true.
This man didn't work. He barely took care of the house, didn't take care of the kids, anything. So after a while, when that is going on and all you doing is laying on your back, riding.
Okay, so she said that he's not helping take care of the kids, he's not working, he's not doing anything. So I'm going to start with that, and then of course I'm going to flip it. So with that being stated, I mean, you heard it. You heard her say, like, that's draining. So what are you doing? There's no reason for that. Why would she want to? And honestly, what really baffles me is, why did you marry him? Like, I don't understand. Like, once you guys got married, did that, like, y'all are in your marriage and he's worthless, basically. That's what I'm hearing. And you're married to him. I don't get that. Like, I don't get that. But when you flip it like that, okay, so let's say it's a man. Now, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you're actually taking care of the home, then you're benefiting him, because you guys have heard women say it's nothing like having to go to work all day, do all of that you really don't want to do anyway, then come home and have to do the second shift, the night shift, which is house, kids, and you, because you are part of that shift. So if the man's working all day, then coming home and doing all of that, and all you did was lay around, talk on the phone, possibly get your nails done, and all of that, why wouldn't he not want you? Why would he want to keep carrying you, little dependent? Why would he want to keep maintaining you as a liability? Because you're not an asset, because an asset's a benefit. Where are you benefiting? And then you're not going to make it seem like she said, you're just laying back, you're just getting some. Eventually he going to get tired of that. Why wouldn't he want to eventually change the course of that? That gets old. Everyone gets tired of being used. Everyone gets tired of being the only person. Even if, let's say, he brought you on and that's what he does. Do you appreciate it? I was reading how men aren't getting complimented. Women are like, you my husband, oh well, be fine. Just like I loved, one of my favorite sayings, I mean, not my favorite sayings, things that I hear a lot that gets me going, is when chicks be like, he ain't going nowhere. You'd be amazed. They going places.
However you want to do it. If all that is going on and you're not getting anything in return, you get tired.
And it's rough, because I feel like, yeah, he did drain you. It's a fact. Any person that is constantly being used up in any format, they're going to feel drained. But I feel like you allowed that. He's your husband. And, I can't say that y'all didn't communicate anything. But if you did and he still did that, leave him alone. Like, people are dealing with these things because y'all are wanting to. Because when I don't want to put up with something, I'm going to walk away. And everyone has that option. You are a grown adult. You can walk away. I don't care if you have kids. I don't care what it is. You are unhappy. So you are allowing his level of happiness to become your unhappiness. And that's not fair. That's not fair.
Now, as for me personally, if the man is out there doing what he's supposed to do, making sure I'm good, making sure his kids good, making sure the household is good, then yes, baby, you finna get all of this.
Now, everything she said, I mean, that's everything everyone else has been saying. Vice versa, every direction. My thing, though, is he's not. And you're staying with him. So it leads me to question why. Why are y'all subjecting yourselves to these situations that y'all don't have to be in? That, I guess that's the difference, I guess, between me and a lot of people. I will walk away. I don't have to. Like, I don't think enough people understand that.
But if you're not doing anything and I gotta go out there and do everything and you still expect me to come up and give you all of me, then yes, we have a problem.
Boop. And that's where the disconnect comes in. He does not understand where's there a problem. Y'all have been living this way all this time. He's content. He's comfortable. Wouldn't you be? If you were a woman, well, you are a woman. I'm so sorry I said it that way. That's not how I meant that. You were a woman, and if the tables were turned and he was doing everything you're talking about, you would be comfortable. You'd be good. You'd be all right. It's too many women like that. So when we flip it to a man, there are so many men that are just like you, tired of that. Like, ew. Meanwhile, the woman's like, okay, so he know what he signed up for. He know what he got. And I don't think enough women understand we lead all of this. They can say it's a man's world all they want to. Is it? No. So with that being stated, when us women get to checking us, men gonna have to fall in line. It ain't no choice. That's just like how I always say that if women would stop sleeping with men that sag, they'd stop sagging. Men gonna do what it takes to get to some vagina. And if your vagina is too much work to get to, they not doing the extra work. They moving around. So with that being stated, he ain't fulfilling them needs. Leave him alone. He gonna find somebody that's gonna put up with him the way he is. That's how they do.
When I say this man literally drained me, he literally drained me. Like, I was like, I can't stress this enough. I was the one doing everything while he sat at home, played the game, on YouTube, barely took care of the kid.
And you allowed that. Because did that happen prior to marriage? Did it happen after? I remember a guy, I shared one of his videos, and he said, are you guys vetting people? Now, I'm very new to that term, but I do know, like, are y'all doing the background checks on these people? Because this is rough. Literally, people are acting away and then getting into these marriages, it's sounding like, or they are already this way and y'all are accepting it and then being upset later. That's rough. Like, I'm not that hard up for a human that I got to have them and put up with their crap. I'm not. The only person I'm gonna put up with his crap is these kids. And because they my kids. And I can reroute their crap. Like, that's it. No one else should I have to, not at all, in the name of anything.
And he still took so much from me. There were so many times, I'm trying not to get upset or emotional, but there were so many times where I did not want to be intimate with this man.
So this is when we get into sex as a chore. Because, okay, you're not feeling loved, you're not feeling happy, you're not feeling whatever, it takes for you to want to get into the mood to do the things that you want to do with him. And this is the chore, because now it's like, okay, well, he is my husband, so I do have to do this. But you could leave him. He ain't doing what you need to do. Y'all aren't happy. I wouldn't chorefully give him none. I'd leave him. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to see. Y'all be stuck in these situations, and I get divorces so much money. Spend it. Look at y'all. You know what is priceless and y'all are losing that y'all also won't gain back? Is y'all self-worth. Y'all losing that. Y'all the divorce is way cheaper than your self-worth. I'm sorry, like, the divorce rate is the highest in the African American community, and to me it's sounding like we're not getting married for the right reasons to stay together. That's sad for us. We should want better. We should leave people alone and get with who we deserve, who we want, who we mean to be with, so that we don't have to keep feeling like this. I've been raped before. So I know what it's like to give your body to someone you don't want to. And I've also been in a relationship with someone, and I did feel a way about going ahead and sleeping with them, because it's just like, why? But I wanted some. So it's just like, I'm sleeping with this worthless person, and I'm supposed to enjoy this, but in reality, get yours, please. I don't want to live like that.
But because of the way he was, I still felt like I was forced to be intimate with him.
Now, I don't know, how deep y'all are deep with the spirit realm and all of that. But baby, when she said forced, like, I felt that from, and I mean deep. I know exactly where she's coming from. I know exactly what she means. And it's funny to me because I've been 100% in her situation. And when you deal with a guy that's like that, it does feel like a force. It's almost like, no, it ain't no almost. It's a narcissistic play. Because now it's like, so you ain't gonna give me none? Like, I'm here with you. I love you. I be here every time. Like, who else gonna love you? Who else gonna be here for you? Who else gonna be by your side? And they make you just feel all vulnerable and weak and whack. And then you just sleep with them. And then you're done. They're good. They go back to their shitty version of themselves. And you're sitting there really worse off than before it started. Because sex is a true ritual that is to uplift, make you feel good and amazing. So if you walk away from it feeling like trash, hello?
I felt out of attraction. I felt out of love with this man because of that main reason. He wasn't doing anything for me to be attracted to him.
So this is how I take that, because that's the same. Now, unfortunately, and this is an opinion because I'm not a man, I feel like men on that side don't always feel the same way, only because emotions for women are tied to our sex. With men, not so much. So that's why they're able to go and just sleep without a frivolous thought. And we're really hurt behind when they do it, because it's like, what? Because when we cheat up. We cheat for good reason. It makes sense. Men don't. So when you go into that mode, it's rough, because now he doesn't feel that way. Now, when you're talking about men with women in their relationships, a man with his own money and all of that ain't settling and putting up with a lot of these things. The men that aren't making as much will put up with a little bit more because they got the give or take. And the people that don't make anything are going to put up with everything because they don't have a pot to piss in. So I feel like once we understand these calibers too, that's a big deal, because the guy that I was with that was similar to your situation didn't have a pot to piss in. So, baby, when I tell you he tried to control everything that I had going on, because people that don't have anything going on will help you lose everything you have going on. That's why it's a lot easier to talk to a person that kind of has some stuff at least amount as you, because then they take life as serious as you do. They appreciate just like you do. Like, it's so much more to that. But
so therefore, I could not put myself out there like that. And once he realized that, he went out and did what he did, which was cheated.
All right, queen. This right here, this is what I came for. Mine did the exact same thing. And you know what's funny? When mine cheated, now, I feel like a lot of people will relate to this. When mine cheated, he cheated with a chick that, for me at least, she didn't look the way I looked. She didn't do any of the things that I did. She actually did way less than me. She required of less. Now, this is not to dog the woman. This is really to dog him. Because in all actuality, instead of hearing me trying to coach you to be a better you so we could be good together, you just went and found someone that accepted your shitty you. So that's what happened in the cheat. It wasn't necessarily about anything else. I'm pretty sure that messed you up, because it's like, I'm doing all of this stuff. He was content in all of that. That didn't matter. You wanted to better him. He didn't want to be better. When he went and cheated, I'm sure he didn't go cheat with someone that was even better than you. It was just someone that accepting him for that. That's just kind of like, I never enjoy when people be in relationships, right? And they pillow talk certain problems, kind of like how everyone's attacking me for the married man telling me that the wife, the situation, that wasn't a pillow talk. That was just client conversation. But I'm talking about like when people be in a relationship and they sit on the phone with a person telling them what their person, how they're treating them. They don't actually really say all that they did to make them treat them that way. So then the person's like, dang, well, because they know them, but only the side that they know. They be like, dang, well, why they doing you like that? You ain't even like that. Now they're hyping you up to feel this greatness that you know you really don't deserve, because you're shitty to this person, but you're not on the phone telling them how shitty you are to them about how you are to the person. So now they're on the phone hyping you up, making you seem amazing. So now you got this cheerleader, and then you come home to what you've really made as a mess, your bed. You made this a mess. You don't want to lay in it. You got cheerleader on the phone. So you go cheat with cheerleader because cheerleader don't know what you about for real. Cheerleader's only getting the bare minimum. That's the problem. So this situation is rough because you should have kicked that tail to the curb. You wouldn't even care that he cheated. It wouldn't have mattered because he wouldn't have had the opportunity because he wasn't worth a damn to begin with. But you stayed, so that's how that happened. He wasn't worth at all. Not at all. You have proven that point by stating that he never did anything. He got bored with being not shit because eventually you get tired of your same routine and then you want to change it. He didn't change it for the better. He just went and cheated on you. You were tired of your chore of sex. He was tired of feeling like the sex was a chore because you can tell when you having sex and it's not that intimate. It's just kind of like we both here. You can tell that shit. Like, that's easy. That's an understanding thing. So he went and found somebody that was going to bust it open based off the fairy tale he told him.
He didn't express to me about anything. He didn't say anything. He didn't communicate anything whatsoever. And the one time he did, it was, oh, you're not putting out so much. When I was doing...
And he wasn't going to say anything because what could he say? What was he going to say? Like what? There's nothing to say. At the end of the day, the decision was already made in his mind. He wasn't worried about it. So why talk to you about it? And like a kid, he went and did what he wanted to do, and he's about to come back home and play the game.
So often. To the point we got kids 3, 4, and 5.
No, Queen. Actually, you had kids with him, and you have 4 kids. 3, 4, 5, and whatever age he is.
So it's not about us putting out there. If they gonna cheat, they gonna cheat because I made sure I was the best wife I could be.
And this part right here is why I wanted to make the whole video to begin with. You, to me, sounded like you were an amazing wife. I don't think enough people understand you were probably the best wife you could be, period. You just were married to the wrong husband. That, I'm sure there are men that are going to be watching this that are like, oh yeah, that would be amazing. I'd love you. He just didn't know how to. He didn't appreciate you. He wasn't the right. So I work hard because one thing about me is after I pick up from a relationship, I have to rebuild myself back up. Because I would be damned if this great woman that I know I am, when I move on to the next, I feel ruined because you weren't what I needed us to be together. Like I'm not about to go to the next relationship beat down, broken down, ruined, run over, and stepped on because you weren't of value, especially when I had the strength to walk away from you. So you, Queen, you got your ish together. You just need to leave him alone. Get away from him. You are everything that is somebody out here would love to appreciate, and it wasn't him. Men too. It is some great men out here that women have ruined. So now they don't even want to be great men to the next woman. And that's actually unfair. It's a ruiner, and it blocks your blessing and your calling. What if there's a queen out here waiting for an amazing husband and it's you, but your last one ruins you so badly that you can't trust again? Everything about life is to constantly evolve. So yes, somebody broke your trust. You got to find the blessing in that, find the lesson in that, and keep it pushing. Because everything that happens to us is to mold us to be stronger. That's why there's reasons why people that are at a certain age can look at you at your age and be like, oh, okay, yeah, honey, I done been there and done that, this, and this. But they learned their lesson. Now, there's people like me, back when I was having them kids, I feel like all 3 of my son's fathers are same script, different cast. And it took for me to get to the 3rd son's father to learn the lesson. And the lesson was stop trying to be with people just to have somebody. Because that's exactly what I did. Period. So it left me with kids, or they took them. One of the other. Oh, you don't want to be with me? Okay, well, me and the kid are going, because you're not about to raise my son with some other man because you feeling away. Okay, well, that's detrimental to the child's health. But when you're dealing with people that aren't as mature as you and aren't a level as you, this is what happens. So when I state this, I want you to know you sound like an amazing wife. You are an amazing woman. He just didn't deserve you. It's simple as that.
And I promise you, this man is still on my line now trying to get back with me.
Of course. Because look how easy you made it for him. Why would he want to go out into the world and actually have to be a man? Why would he want to go get a job? Lord forbid have to sign a lease. That's commitment. I love bringing that up. It is not as many men on this earth with signed leases as it is women. That's a commitment. I actually don't even like talking to guys that don't have a lease, because it's like, what have you committed to outside of making sure your car is detailed every Saturday? Like, I want you to know that's why, because why not? You're comfortable. He doesn't have to do much, and he can still get a little vagina. It may not be great because it's chorey, but he's still getting some. It's better than getting nothing. It's better than having to go out and do real work. That's kind of like how some of the homeless, they'll go and steal like right before the winter starts, just to go and be in jail for 90 days or whatever to get out, because it's easier to sit in jail all winter than have to get out here and try to do whatever it takes to get out of homeless land. That's crazy, but that's why. Of course he's going to try to come
He
back.
know there is nothing to go back to, because you couldn't do anything for me when I was doing everything for you. Period.